Folks, this is Dr. Kat Schreier, and welcome back to the Water Show. As you know, for the last 10 years, we've been developing online water media that really brings some of the best, most interesting people in the water space, making water sexy, right? And since the pandemic, though, we've been using media as a form of education, really helping water and environmental professionals, innovators, civic leaders, activists, advocates in the water and environmental space to really have a great way to get their message out, educate people about what they're doing and how they can get involved, which is called enrollment. Since the pandemic, though, suddenly all the opportunities that people had to get together in person went away overnight. Right. And suddenly people in the water and environmental space had to get online. So over the last since the start of the pandemic, we have been running what we call the Virtual Water Education Lab, which is a place where we empower water and environmental professionals to create, validate, and launch their own virtual programs. And one of the cool things about that is, we work with a lot of folks on everything from water asset management to drought planning to, groundwater issues and innovations, go-to-market strategies for new tech startups. But it also has provided us to do something that I wanted to do for a long time, which is help people in underserved communities to use the internet to create their own programs, to teach what they know, and in the process generate revenue for their communities. And so one of the people that has been active in our in the lab is this amazing man I'm going to bring to you now. His name is John Ssentemu, and he is coming to us from Uganda. John, say hello.
Hello, nice meeting you.
Yeah, and so John, you're doing some amazing work out there. So why don't you start? Just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to where you are today.
First of all, I need to bring greetings to everybody from Uganda, and I need to thank you so much, Dr. Kat, for the opportunity and the wisdom you keep sharing with us. I'm John Ssentemu. I'm a father. I'm a teacher by profession, and I'm a fish farmer. I haven't been in fish farming for a long time. Just been now I'm almost 2 years old in fish farming. The reason for my joining fish farming was, one, when the COVID pandemic came in and it disturbed the world, the schools were closed. Mm-hmm. And then we had to think of alternatives to break the boredom, at the same time to have other ways of constructive engagement with the environment. And that was using land, using the water we had to go into fish farming. I fell in love with fish farming for some good time back, but I hadn't got the time. Maybe I had to wait for the pandemic to come so that I can get some good time for it. And since the pandemic, I have used the lockdown to engage in fish farming, and I really enjoy it until now.
Yeah, and we have had this opportunity to be part of this journey with you. I mean, you had this thriving school that was educating young people in your village and in the community, providing the rural Uganda, right? And then having that shut down and having to find another way to move forward, and it's really a fantastic story. Now, so one of the things, and you know what, let's go ahead and share a few of the images of what you've been doing with this fish farm, and love to hear why is it that someone might want to do a community fish farm for their community? What are some of the benefits?
First of all, fish farming in a community ensures that there is availability of food in terms of being able to get fish locally. Fish is such an expensive item, commodity, and not everyone can manage to go where fish is sold. Therefore, if there is a fish farming initiative in the local community, it brings close members of the community to fish. And we all know how good, how delicious and nutritious fish is. So whoever would love to be part of the problem solving as far as nutrition is concerned needs to be part of fish farming in a local community where one is, in a case the environment there allows the fish farming to take place. So secondly, it's another source of income. As the schools were closed, as everybody was doing nothing, shops were closed, the curfew was in place. What wasn't locked down was fish farming. We continue to be allowed to do fish farming. It means a lot of people earn the income through doing different activities on the farm, pond construction, doing the plumbing, construction of the hatchery, learning how to build energy-free, fuel-free pump, water pumping machine. All this can attract somebody into fish farming because it has a lot of lessons to learn. How important water is. We get to appreciate the importance of water beyond domestic use.
Yes. Yeah, so this has been a source of education for the kids and a source of really of jobs for people in your community, and a source of income. So, at a time when so many economies are being shut down, that people are able to take advantage of this. And I think we can see here on the video, this ingenious pump that you put together. How do you do it? You told me about this before, and I still don't figure out how you do this.
Surely it has a lot of, it has some parts that are common parts that we needed to buy and fix them. Actually, it's one of the amazing things that is attracting some more people to come and learn how it is done.
Yes.
So whoever needs to learn more about it, because it is environmentally friendly,
Yes.
Doesn't use any fuel, and it doesn't cause any harm to the water. So it is just by natural power that water, it uses oxygen just to power getting go through, and you pump water wherever you want it. So people come and they get some lessons.
Oxygen.
And it helps to keep the finances down for managing a fish farm.
So what are some of the the biggest challenges that someone might face if somebody wanted to do a fish farm in their own community?
First of all, feeding is a big challenge when it comes to fish farming, because not so many people or factories are making feeds for the fish. Making what for the fish? Feeds. Food for the fish.
Food fish. Yeah, the fish food. Okay.
Yeah, so many people, the few who make the food, who produce those feeds, sell them expensively. So that is one of the challenges. Secondly, water, accessibility to good water. Naturally, and Uganda is gifted that we don't need to use chemicals when doing fish farming here. Our water is natural. Fish grows in a very natural water, but it's not common to find free-flowing natural water. Yes. So, and having no machines or equipment to pump water on the farm to the parts where you want it, because you are not going to dig a pond everywhere. You must have a water system that you can deliver water where you want it. And that's what brings in this pump. So that we solve the problem of transferring water from one place to another. You just go place the pump there, then you direct the pipe to where you want the water to be, and then the water flow starts. So feeding and having challenges with water, because you need to change water from time to time if your water doesn't measure up to the expected standards of the water. So those are the commonest challenges I can think of.
And so how have you been able to overcome those challenges? Have you developed a system to create a fish farm that you can teach to others?
First of all, with the water, because our water is naturally flowing and good, that wasn't a very big problem. And I only advise those who are interested in doing fish farming in a small scale to make sure that there is free flowing water, because that is a challenge. Fish survives in water.
Yeah.
Without water, you are not doing fish farming. So fish farming means having enough water for the fish.
Right.
Then that's what comes in, why we are coming in with these innovations of coming up with pumps, because you will find that if you are using a fuel powered pump, it will be very expensive to pump water regularly. And it will be not only be expensive, but also contaminating the water and the environment around it there, because it is using fuel. So if you can come up with that one, we thought of a solution as coming up with this fuel-free water pumping machine. Then when it comes to feeds, we have started a scheme of learning how to make locally made feeds for the fish. And it is in our plan in the future to have our own factory that makes feeds for the fish.
Fantastic. Get your own fish food factory. You'll be able to send that out to others around the world and who want to feed their own fish. Fantastic. And so what kind of fish do you have in the pond, and what sorts of fish, in other parts of the world, what might be good fish to have in a fish farm?
We are having catfish. We have the tilapia. We have the Nile perch. I mean the mirror cup. Those are the two types we are having so far. On the national level, there are other types of fish, like the Nile perch, which is very common, very expensive, not very common, very expensive, and it's not easily farmed. It's not a farmed breed of fish, because it needs large water body to survive.
So
the muddy fish. We also have the muddy fish.
Which kind of fish?
Muddy fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really important to pick the right fish for your pond. Really important to know how to ensure that you have enough water and the right quality of water. Really important to make sure that you have the right food sources for your fish farm. But what you end up with is a locally grown food source. You end up with revenue for people in your community, learning opportunities about the environment and about how we work with water, and so that's actually where we started working together. Right? How do we capture this expertise that you have developed and turn it into a virtual program, taking all of the our experience with the design, development, and launching, finding who is interested in your program, and getting those programs out there, and your experience as a teacher as well as a fish farmer. Right?
Yeah. Beautiful.
So right now, we're actually in the process, and I think I have this open here, of putting together, identifying people who are interested in fish farming and who would be willing to be part of a survey, a research study that we're doing to determine what is it that people are interested in with respect to fish farming? How, what are they, have they tried anything like this? What kind of challenges, fears, frustrations? What's their dream outcome? And really this research is going to help us tremendously. And you can see it at watercitizen.org/fish farm, one word, FISHFARM, watercitizen.org/fish farm. And that's where you can sign up and get on a call with a member of our team. I think we're going to be working with Colin Zadoba, who couldn't join us today. Unfortunately, he's actually in Nigeria. So we're working with, he's got a master's in integrated water resources management. So he's been helping us with the research on this to put together a really robust course that anyone around the world who wants to explore creating really wants to start setting up a fish farm in their own community, to walk you through the assessment of how you can do that, come up with your fish farm plan for your community fish farm. I think this is going to be a really exciting opportunity. And I just want to say thank you so much for for working with us on this exciting project. I think this is going to be a great opportunity for the WaterCitizen Academy to show just how diverse the kinds of water-related courses can be, and how interactive and engaging and really producing results for people and helping people, not just teaching about stuff, not just scaring people about climate change or, whatever else, but actually empowering people to get something done in their communities. So, John, you are an inspiration, and thank you so much for being here. Folks, come on back, watch for more videos that we have with several of the folks who created some amazing virtual water education programs. I'm Dr. Kat Schreier with The Water Show. This is John Ssentemu, and go to watercitizen.org/fish farm if you would like to be part of this survey. And if you want more information on the virtual water education lab, which we're actually in the process of filling our third cohort, you can go ahead to watercitizen.org/waterleaderlab. And that's it. Say goodbye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.